A far-left transgender activist completely undermines his own argument while trying to come to the rescue of Chelsea Clinton. Ari Drennen of Media Matters was responding to a post made by Babylon Bee CEO Seth Dillon, who accused Clinton of supporting porn for kids because she was mad that 50% of the books being removed from school libraries involve LGBTQ themes and characters. To Drennen, Seth Dillon simply sent some pictures from one of the books in question by non-binary author Maya Kobabe, genderqueer. Drennen was so horrified by the picture, but seemingly without realizing it was a picture from the book, he replied, quote, "Hey Seth, I think you meant this for my DMs. You just sent me an unsolicited drawing of a," I'll just say BJ to kind of censor things here a little bit. And in a follow-up tweet added, quote, "So your position is that you're sexually harassing another man and you think that will go over better with your audience? Stop sending me this stuff, Seth. It's creepy," end quote. It is creepy. So without even knowing it, Drennen made our point for us, bring us back full circle as to why Chelsea Clinton's support for these books is akin to support for porn for kids. If Drennen as a grown adult felt this uncomfortable being shown such images, just imagine what an innocent child will feel picking this up at the school library or being read to it in class or having to complete assignments on themes found inside that book. Join us now to discuss all this and a whole lot more is Ian Haworth, columnist and host of Off Limits with Ian Haworth. Ian, thanks for being here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Great. So Ari Drennen really made her point for us, would you say here?
I mean, absolutely. It's the classic juxtaposition of this thing is not happening, but also we should make this thing absolutely legal. We see this all over the place, and I think it's hilarious that Seth Dillon basically shoved it in someone's face and made them argue either against porn in books for children, in which case we can all agree, or for porn in books for children, in which case they're making our point for us. So really nowhere to go with this. It's quite hilarious and also quite stunning to watch.
It is, and it kind of reminds me of all those school board meetings where you're going to have a parent who comes up and they'll show images from one of these books or they'll start reading it, and then school board members, the ones who want to keep the books in the libraries, go, "Whoa, wait, hey, hold on a second. We have kids in the audience. You can't be talking like this." And everyone's thinking, "Oh, really? Then why do you have it in the school library for my kid to read or to have a teacher read it to them or whatever have you?" And it's strange. You see the governor of California, you see Gavin Newsom, you see the teacher union head Randy Weingarten, and so many others really leaning into this. Chelsea Clinton, the latest, saying, "Oh, we stand for books," and the right, they're trying to ban these books. The right are evil for doing so, and kind of really leaning into this. Do you think it's because they feel that this is where momentum is, or are they just trying to get ahead of the whole thing in the first place?
I think a lot of them are really just virtue signaling. I think they're playing at this. They obviously don't care about freedom of speech. One, they'll quite happily ban any of us for saying anything they don't like. This isn't about freedom of speech for them. I think a lot of them, though, don't actually understand really the depth of the issue or the details of the issue. I just think they see someone like Ron DeSantis and they think, well, he's going to be a threat in the future. Let's try and take him down. So let's paint him as a fascist wanting to control what our children see. And so I think a lot of them don't actually understand what's in a lot of these books, because I bet they wouldn't allow their children to read those books. And when they're forced to actually face the specific issue that the vast majority of conservatives have a problem with, which is porn in school, then they really have nowhere to go. And I think a lot of people like Chelsea Clinton, I don't think they're particularly deeply informed of this issue. I just think they see it as almost an easy win on their side just to criticize their enemies. But the fact is that their enemies have the obvious cultural high ground here because no one wants porn in schools. Very, very few people are actually fighting openly in favor for this. I think most people just want to almost placate both sides and agree with the left, but not actually be held to account. And so I think it's great when we actually force them to stand by what they're defending and defend it. I think it's fantastic.
I think that is a really good point that you bring up, because it is a losing issue when it's framed as what it really is, porn in books for kids in school. Most parents would hear that and be horrified. Right, left, center, doesn't matter. But when they try and pivot and twist and say, oh, the real issue, the focal point here is banning books or banning books because you're a bigot, you right-wingers. Therefore, then parents who may not be paying attention just kind of hear, yeah, I'm hearing something about this book thing. It's, these bigots are saying, oh, we don't like gay people, and saying that's how the idea, that's what gets in people's mind. And then, of course, we then have to kind of overcome that hurdle saying, no, 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 the issue here is porn. Look at the book yourself. But again, they don't want us reading it. They try and shut that down.